Yes, just testing my microphone. So today I want to discuss why the world has a pretty solid consensus on America and American things. At the moment, the consensus seems to be on a couple of different topics. One, you got a shockingly incompetent president, and two, the main topic of this, because I'm Merton does drinks, is why is American booze so bad? I mean, for a country that is the biggest economy in the world and you've got some pretty gee whizzo type space technology, I'm speaking to you Americans. I got to admit, apart from that really wacky dating and temperature systems, no one dates the way the Americans do. It's month then day, whereas the rest of the world does day then month then year. And Fahrenheit, you're literally the only country that uses Fahrenheit, which has the rest of the world going. Can't figure that one out. So the question is how can you be so, promote yourself as being so good and then have such abysmal booze? It puzzles me because people like me have to review it, and we review stuff like Baker's Kentucky Straight Bourbon, which is apparently, what's your percentage on this? Yeah, I'll be keeping quiet on it as well. 53% alcohol, so it's almost Navy strength. I'm looking at Jim Beam small batch bourbon, which is 40%, and a Basil Hayden, which is also 40%. So I'm looking at, people like me have to drink this stuff to review it because, well, you guys produce so much of it, and then you flog it overseas really cheap. And the question to be asked again is, why are you guys so bad at making booze? I mean, your mainstream beer is functionally undrinkable. Okay, it's not even exercise for the kidney. My wife has threatened to divorce me should I actually start bringing your big brands like Budweiser or Coors in to the house. She's trying to say, look, you go bringing that garbage in. If there's going to be divorce proceedings, you're going to have to move out because real men in Australia don't drink American beer. And heaven forbid I should ever drink American light beer, because your full strength beer is watery swill, and your light beer, well, I could threaten a couple of people I hate with it. It's that bad. And as for your booze, I have, you go into the channel, reviewed Tito's handmade vodka, and I think it's 10 cents. It's out of Houston by memory. And if that's your best vodka, then please do not threaten to send me any of your bad stuff, okay? Because Tito's and Jack Daniels and Jim Beam, and there's that horrible garbage called Southern Comfort, all have that burn on the end. And it seems to be mostly American booze that does it. I mean, a lot of European vodkas kind of have that burn on the end, but it's not as pronounced. So I see in the movies, you guys drop a shot and that's, well, the good news is, or the bad news is for you guys, is properly made booze actually doesn't need to do that. Okay? It's not how it functions. I drink a lot of Australian booze because, well, I'm a true patriot. And Australian booze doesn't have that nasty burn on the end of it most of the time. There is a couple of shockers out there. Grain Shaker vodka would have to be the most god-awful vodka I've ever tried. And most of the garbage premixes, like this is from Bundaberg Distilleries Drop Beer, that has it as well. But anything out of Bundaberg Distilleries garbage, in my opinion. And I'm reviewing it simply because, well, I do comedy reviews. So yeah, that is the question I would like you guys to answer, is for a crowd that flog yourself getting so much right, why is it you get your booze so incredibly wrong? I mean, I was in Spain last year and England before that, and the English have figured out how to make real beer. The English have figured out how to make real gin and whiskies. The French certainly know how to make brandy. The Spanish are extraordinarily good at booze, but then the Spanish in my 2 months in country are a singularly happy, easygoing crowd. And why shouldn't they be? Because booze over there in Spain is really very good and extremely hard. The price point is good. When you're looking at €20 for a bottle of proof gin, Larios, which is at Malaga down on the Mediterranean coast near Africa, it's just extraordinarily well priced, and it's Malacca the reason why the Spanish are forever happy, because they're so well lubricated. I mean, I was in Pamplona for Easter last year in April, and Pamplona at Easter was cold, it was wet, and there were lots of really well lubricated locals who would have been only too happy to invite this Australiano in for a drink or six, but I was doing the Camino with my family, and as much as I would love to have helped myself to the local hospitality, it wouldn't have been the wisest choice I made. So, yeah, bringing it back to the question, and please answer in the comments, why do you Americans do the booze so badly? And that's my only concern. Your politics, you've got an idiot for president, and I'm not entirely certain that your weaponry is as good as you guys like to go around telling everybody. But I'm Odin. You've hit the subscribe button, and that is the question that this needs to be answered. For a country that prides itself on being the biggest, brightest, best, most, edgy, why is it you guys simply cannot get your booze right? It's just that simple. And that's more likely my wife reaching out to chat to me. Thank you for watching this. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you later.